Meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari is seeking the Senate's approval for the refund of about 9.68 billion naira as promissory notes to Plateau and Borno State. The president says this money is reimbursement for funds expended on the execution of federal road projects in the state. The Nigerian Senate has also adopted a harmonized version of a bill for an act to establish the Nigerian Peace Corps by a conference committee from both chambers of the National Assembly. A National Assembly correspondent, TVC reports.
The day's business begins with letters from Mr. President seeking the approval of the Nigerian Senate in some executive matters. One of such letters is the approval of promissory notes for Plateau and Borno states for projects executed on behalf of the federal government. Although the executive admits that it has long put a stop to such interventions, the projects in question were executed before the declaration. Given a detailed breakdown in Mr. President's letter, Plateau State will be entitled to about 6.6 billion naira, while Borno State would have a total of about 3.84 billion naira in respect of the federal roads rehabilitated and executed by the state governments.
Dear distinguished Senate President, request for resolutions of the National Assembly for the reimbursement of the sum of 6,601,769,470 naira 99 kobo to Plateau State Government and the sum of 3,084,769,393 naira 63 kobo to Borno State Government through the issuance of promissory notes in respect of federal road projects executed by the states. The Senate may wish to note that the approval by FEC was subsequent to the recommendation of an interministerial committee which reviewed the request for reimbursement by the state governments.
Among other letters from President Buhari, a request seeking the consideration and approval of the Upper Legislative Chamber for the establishment of the Nigerian Police Force College Training School and Institution Bill, transmission of the Nigerian Data Protection Bill, and confirmation of the appointment of Abdul Abubakar as non-executive director of Central Bank of Nigeria for his second and final term. The Nigerian Senate has adopted the harmonized bill for an act to establish the Nigerian Peace Corps from a conference committee of both chambers of the National Assembly. The highlight of the adopted report is on Clause 38, subsection 1 of the version passed by the Senate, which is in conflict with the version passed by the House of Reps as contained under Clause 38, subsection 1.
Mr. President, the both chambers, as represented by the committees duly constituted in accordance with the standing orders, met and considered this singular discrepancy and adopted the House version. And the committee recommended that the House version, which retained the word Peace Corps of Nigeria as a title, be retained.
The Senate do approve the conference committee report on the Nigerian Peace Corps Establishment Bill 2023. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader of the Senate.
With the adoption of the harmonized report, the bill will now be transmitted to President Muhammadu Buhari for assent. TVC News, Abuja.